All right, what's your name?
Eddie Jackson.
Okay, Eddie Jack.
ABC reglazing.
What now?
ABC reglazing.
Well, how do we meet?
Over at one of my clients, Brooke Parker, bed and breakfast.
And he's the one that's sponsoring my stay. And you said you happen to know a famous person. Who's that?
Vernon over here, Mr. Winfrey.
Mr. Winfrey.
Yep.
Okay.
Been knowing him about 10 years over here.
10 years.
Since I moved from Florida. One of the best barbers in the world.
All right. So, Vernon, how you doing?
I'm fine.
We're happy that you took out of your time for an interview for our show. Tell us what Oprah Winfrey was like growing up.
Well, she was a very studious young lady. From a young child up, 7, 8, on up. And I always thought she did her big thing when she was 9, when she brought greetings to our church at large. I remember this poem was Invictus. It was a pretty long speech, and I thought that was a pretty big thing for her at that age, before the audience of a couple of hundred folk, and the way she gave her dissertation, and people just shouting for joy. Brother Winfrey, Brother Winfrey, I've never seen nothing like it. That girl is going places. So people saw way back when she was, I saw it at 9 years old. 9. That if she had a chance, she was going to going places.
Right.
But she has gone much further than I had ever expected her to go. In other words, you can't see in the valley until you get on top of the hill.
Right.
So I couldn't see that far. I remember when she went to Las Vegas to speak for a church when she was 17, she came back and says, Daddy, one day I'm going to put you in a house on the hill. So I got down and rubbed the stars in the streets in Hollywood. And one day I will place my star beside those. And I just made a joke out of it. I says, yes, I think you should be in Hollywood now. Somewhere in the woods, Holland. But I couldn't see at the time, but she had a vision.
A vision.
In mind. I'm going to do something good.
Amen.
If the opportunity presents itself. And I think she's ready to place her star beside some of those stars that she rubbed when she was 17.
When she was 17.
So this preacher had heard her speak at my church and thought she would be good for his young folk in Las Vegas. So he freed her expenses and my wife's expenses, not to Las Vegas, but to Los Angeles, to come and speak to his young folk, that it might encourage and inspire them. A young girl of that age was able to speak as she was able to speak. And I've told a few folk, you have never seen the real Oprah Winfrey until you hear her get up and address an audience.
Right.
She's one of the best, not because she's mine, but she's one of the best I've ever heard. One of.
Now, does she get her humor from her father?
I think so. No, I don't know. Well, but I told folk that that it was a good seed. I'm from the farm.
Uh-huh.
And you pick certain seeds to plant. You want to make sure your seeds are good. And I'll say she came here born as a good seed, and I think I cultivated it well.
So she was born right here in Nashville?
No, she's born in Mississippi, Kosciuszko, Mississippi.
And when did you move her here to Nashville?
Well, she went to Milwaukee when she was 6 and came to live with me when she was 7. So we got off on a good start. Somehow I like to give an old car a good start. It should be able to run on its own.
Yeah.
And after a few years, she's able to go on home.
So you have your own barber business. How long have you been running that?
I moved over in 1965.
When did she get her big break? Was it she started as a reporter for a television station? Was that it?
Well, she started here at a little radio station over VOL.
WVOL.
VOL, and from there to Channel 5.
What was she? Just a broadcast, a DJ?
Newscaster.
Oh, a newscaster.
She gave the news.
She gave the news on radio first.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Stayed there for 2 years, and Channel 5 had heard about her in Nashville, and she went to Channel 5. She said, Dad, I stayed at VOL 2 years. I'm going to stay at Channel 5 for 2 years, and I'm moving on. I said, wait, you're moving too fast. I said, let's wait. And I think she was offered a job in Atlanta for a little better salary. I said, let's wait a while. And she waited another year and got an offer to Baltimore. And when she got that offer, or something like, I believe it's $40,000.
Wow.
From what she was making here, I say, well, it's time to go.
Yeah. It's time to go.
And from there, Baltimore to Chicago, after that, it was kind of out of my hands.
Yeah.
She went on home.
Well, Vernon, I want to thank you so much for you taking out of your time to interview for our travel show.
Okay.
This is the house that he's working in right now, but he's building the new shop right across the street here. He's been here probably about maybe close to 8 months, and this should be ready in the next couple of months over here across the street.
And there it is, folks. There's Vernon Winfrey's new place where he's going to settle in and keep his barbershop business going.
Down on Lishia and Winfrey Avenue.
Down on what now?
Down on Lishia and Winfrey Avenue.
You got it.